that has hit Uttarakhand. 28 mountaineers are feared to be trapped. Uttarakhand Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami has said that the rescue operations are underway. District Administration, NDRF, SDRF, Army and ITBP are currently engaged in the rescue operations. We'll also try and get you latest voices that are coming in on this. Ankit will be joining us from the Mumbai newsroom to give us details of the rescue and relief operations that have now been inducted. Ankit, I believe you're already connected. As we stay with those pictures, give us a sense of what is happening. Go ahead.
Absolutely, Suesha. This avalanche has struck in the Garhwal range of the Himalayas in Uttarakhand. It is at a peak that is called Draupadi's Danda-2. That is a 5,700 meter tall full-blown peak of the Himalayas that mountaineers routinely attempt to climb. There was a camp that was being held there by the Nehru Mountaineering Institute. 28 of these mountaineers are feared to be trapped. There you can see Mount Draupadi ka Danda-2. It is just a short while south of Gangotri. That tells you that in this time of the year, like this map shows you, it is an area that is totally covered with snow. From the reaches of this mountain, also a very significant glacier set to begin, Suesha. So you can see that in this season, in October, when the rains are receding, when the snow is about to be inclement, it's likely that there were a number of avalanches there. Because of this, one particular avalanche has struck this particular mountain and 28 mountaineers are said to be stranded as a result. Now, our information comes from a number of senior ministers, notably the Defense Minister Rajnath Singh, who also says that he is anguished by the loss of precious lives due to the landslide. So we don't have a total of the number of lives that could have been lost in this, but certainly the Raksha Mantri is indicating that there has been a update of casualties. He also says that he has spoken to the Uttarakhand Chief Minister Pushkar Dhami and he has taken stock of the situation. Rescue operations are underway to help the mountaineers who are still trapped. He also says that he has instructed the Indian Air Force to mount rescue and relief operations. He's praying for everyone's safety and well-being. So this is the update that has come in. Also, like you told us, National Disaster Response Force, State Disaster Response Force have both been called into action. Apart from that, the Raksha Mantri has asked the Indian Air Force to assist in these operations. I dare say if there are 28 mountaineers stuck in an avalanche, then they will have to be rescued very, very quickly. One doesn't really know at this point what is the exact location and the topography. One hopes that the authorities are aware of this. This is once again the area. It's a peak that is called Mount Draupadi ka Danda-2. It is, as per inputs, a 5,700 meter tall mountain. So it is a very high peak. And there are a number of mountaineers who routinely talk about having scaled this. The mountain itself is given a short form. It is called DKD2 as well. And from the visuals that we've seen from the people who have posted from its very top, it is a mountain that overlooks the Garhwal Himalayas. Like we said, just a short while north of this mountain is Gangotri, the source of the Ganges. And we know that it is a perennial river that flows all months of the year. And so that tells us that this is probably an area that is decked up and covered in snow for a large portion of the 365 days in the year. And it is possible. We have seen how just a few days ago also there was an avalanche in Uttarakhand. It is avalanche season over there. And this particular avalanche has trapped about 28 people, Suesha, from the Nehru Mountaineering Institute.
Absolutely, Ankit, and very unfortunate. These are young mountaineers. They are trainees at the Nehru Mountaineering Institute in Uttarkashi. And this incident that has occurred, like you said, it is avalanche season in Uttarakhand at this point. But really to get a sense of how the authorities may have had inputs on the very fact that it could be dicey to conduct this climb. However, we are trying to get information on that. Ankit, if you can throw some light on that. And now, of course, the relief operations, extremely important to rescue as many people as possible. And ITBP personnel, NDRF, SDRF, Army, along with a team of NIM there to rescue the trainees trapped in the avalanche. But really, how long could the operation take, and what are the challenges that the rescue personnel may just be facing?
Well, one, I think, really needs to first of all locate these mountaineers. There are 28 of them. They could all be in the same place, or they could be in different places also. The avalanche could have cut them off, or they could be underneath it as well. And so you have a short window in which to rescue them, Suesha, if knowledge of avalanches serves right. The defense minister being seized of this is an important thing. He has spoken about casualties. We don't know the true figure of that at this moment, but he has also roped in the Indian Air Force to assist with these operations. And at those kind of heights, at 5,000 plus meters altitude, it is extremely important to get help and support in the form of helicopters to them very, very quickly. This, I can only say, would be the first and foremost way to rescue all these people who are trapped, the 28 mountaineers who are trapped at the Draupadi ka Danda-2 mountain, a 5,770 meter tall peak. That's what we are told, DKD2. It is a destination for mountaineers and aspirants of mountain climbing. It is in the area, slightly the lower reaches of the Himalayas, one of the tallest peaks in the Garhwal Himalayas. North above it are the main Himalayan ranges, which also contain about, I think, 7 out of the 8 tallest peaks in the world, including Mount Everest. So this is really a hub for mountaineering. And it is very unfortunate that this kind of accident has taken place over there. One can't always foretell when avalanches may strike. And so the disaster response forces, they have a short window in which to get to them and to mount a rescue effort. Otherwise, hypothermia begins to set in, all kinds of issues take place, and it becomes very difficult to find people.
Absolutely, it does, Ankit, and we can only imagine how tough it must be for the rescue personnel to really conduct those operations. Then again, Ankit, if we have a sense of what the weather conditions are like at this point, and how it is set to improve as per the IMD, if it is in the days to come, and most importantly, like you said, that the defense minister has asked the teams to ensure that the rescue operations are given utmost priority, and the chief minister has also been spoken with. But any updates from the CMO?
Well, at this moment, to the first part of your question, Suesha, the weather forecast says, at least in Gangotri, that it is relatively sunny and clear skies there, and the temperature is about 16 degrees Celsius. One important thing that could help in the rescue efforts is the fact that it is daylight over there. There is a probability that if someone gets there, you have a high degree of visibility, and so if there is anything amiss, you can spot it. Remember, avalanches cause widespread change in the topography. A lot of the things that could have been exposed to the elements may be covered in the snow. And so that is part one of the answer. The other, we know, of course, that the defense minister has spoken to the Uttarakhand chief minister, and he's taken stock of the situation. And so that is the latest update coming in, that both the center and the state have jumped into action. Also, the Indian Air Force has been deployed along with the National Disaster Response Force and the State Disaster Response Force. We are really awaiting word from other authorities to tell us about what is the state of the mountaineers who are trapped underneath. Are there any from the party who were not trapped? Is there any line of communication? These are questions that need to be answered very fast for these 28 mountaineers to be located, Suesha.
Very true. And Ankit, I'd also like to mention that the Uttarakhand State Disaster Management Authority, which is a state government body, has also mentioned how they are susceptible to avalanches when we are talking about this particular Himalayan region. And then again, I beg your pardon, of the mountaineers who were conducting this climb. Important to also understand how and who they were in touch with on the ground while this climb was happening. And in a scenario like this, where the state government is fairly aware of the fact that an avalanche could occur, since you're also saying that lately it had been happening and this region is susceptible, to conduct rescue operations in an emergency like this, how fast could it be?
Well, one possible answer is that the visuals on our screen, which are of the SDRF personnel that are leaving from Dehradun. They are leaving from the Sahasradhara helipad in Dehradun. You can see that these are SDRF personnel on the screen. They are wearing these yellow t-shirts of the SDRF, and so they have set out. We have the visuals of the helicopter setting off from Dehradun.